Comes into the corner, three-pointer on the way, no good. Rebounded by the shooter, Patrick. Offensive foul on Wilmore. IMG will inbound.
Hey, big fella, it's going to be hard for him to avoid not creating contact down there in the post. He's so big.
Drive from Allen Breed. He loses possession out of bounds. It will be the Skill Factory's ball.
Former McKeeshan player, fresh off a state championship last year. Providence commit. I'm sure he's a little pressed to have a good game today. Back home.
No doubt, back in his home gym here for the Tip-Off Classic Elite 8 tip-off. Jeffries driving on the left side. Travel called. Now IMG to inbound. A little over 2 minutes in.
This game is starting off like the last game, kind of started off slow, but the game picked up, play picked up, and I expect to see that.
Kenyon Martin Jr. lays it in to open the scoring here.
As this game goes on.
Kenyon Martin Jr.
Browning around to pick from Sotto. Patrick pulls a three, no good. Breed the rebound, quick pass down the floor. Blake inside, had it tipped. It's put in there by Brown-Jones. It's McKeel Brown-Jones with the points for IMG. They lead 4-0. Sotto pump faked on the three, jams.
Okay. I see what they're talking about.
Kai Sotto with a nice move there.
I like it. They catch the rip and the finish.
I will take a look at it again.
Nice use of the shot fake. Through contact. Nice. That's how you got to finish, big fella.
Martin Jr. on the left side. Breed passes it out to Blake. Step back three-pointer. Foul called. 3 free throws on the way for Blake.
Fouls on number 10, Jalen Galloway.
Jalen Galloway commits the foul for TSF.
24.
Now the UNLV commit, the senior, is at the free throw line.
This game is starting off like a boxing match, just kind of feeling each other out to kind of see what each team has. Early in the year, it's like the first few rounds of a fight.
First free throw made. Now the second here for Blake. Blake hits both. His team leads by 4. Ball comes over to Galloway. Corner three. Yes, sir. 1 point game.
Jumper looks smooth.
Martin slings it across to Brown-Jones. Rebounded by Sotto. Sotto thought about the three-pointer again, penetrates and called for a travel.
One of the things I noticed about him in this play, you can see that he understands what he's trying to do, just doesn't have the strength to complete the play here. Good defense.
Hutchins kicks it out to Breed. Breed working on Patrick. Foul on Patrick.
Foul on number 4, DJ Patrick.
Now Hutchins will inbound. Breed working on Galloway. Fouled.
Nice. Ooh.
They wave off the shot.
Nice attack and finish. I might have would have gave it to him just on the simple fact that that was a strong play. And he never put the ball back down on the floor once the referee blew his whistle.
Breed has it, top of the key. Behind the back pass. Brown-Jones turns it over. Patrick dribbles right, mid-range J will go.
Nice good stroke right there off the bounce.
Breed on the right side. Layup won't fall. Browning kicks it outside, three-pointer off the mark. After the rebound from Blake, foul called, IMG ball.
Timeout on the floor, TSF.
Timeout from TSF. We'll take a timeout as well here, a little past the midway mark in the first quarter on the SUVtv. Thank you all for tuning in. Welcome back into the SUVtv. The Skill Factory leading IMG 7-6 here. The Skill Factory will inbound. Inbounding under their own basket will be Patrick. Patrick is looking for Sotto, finds Malone. Travel called there on Patrick.
One thing I've noticed in this game, it hasn't been many or any transition baskets. And I think both these teams are going to have to be able to get some easy baskets in transitions. Both teams are really good half-court defensive teams.
Now Hutchins advancing across midcourt. Breed, left side three. It's a little short. Ball bounces around down low. The Skill Factory comes up with it. Browning going coast to coast, laying it in.
Like that transition basket. It'll make life easier for him.
Blake chucks it up. It clings off the rim. Sotto the board. Travel called on Sotto.
Not quite seeing that one the way the referee saw that one. That was a simple fake handoff, put it on the floor, and I think he faked the referee out on that one.
I agree. Chin Ho Ma comes in for the Skill Factory. He's from Taiwan, from Taipei, Taiwan. Drive inside, Hutchins had it blocked. Yeah, I'm not sure what they were seeing on that call.
Yeah, and I think there's a little, these are two, prep school teams. I think some more contact needs to be allowed to be played through. Not quite sure that was a foul on there, but, the referees are trying to get back into the groove as well. We're sitting here talking, trying to get back into the broadcasting groove, and these teams are trying to get back into the groove. The referees are also trying to get back into their groove.
Exactly. Georgia basketball season is tipped off when you've got the Elite 8 Tip-Off Classic all day at McEachern High School on a Saturday. Hutchins rims out on the first free throw. IMG trails by 3. IMG comes in from Bradenton, Florida. This is their prep team, so it's all seniors. Everybody here's class of 2020 in their listing on the roster. Both free throws missed from Hutchins. Three-pointer on the way and good. Made by a player not listed on the TSF roster,
Well, I tell you what, he did not hesitate to let that one fly.
Jump ball called between Martin and Malone.
Kenny Burns caught that and knew that was a shot. That's Kenny Burns. Number 12 is Kenny Burns. Good pass.
Over to the corner, Z bobbles it around. Now Malone has it up top.
Gotta give it.
Three-pointer off the mark there from Burns.
Kenny is a former Wheeler player now with TSF. Kid's got range on his shots, improved every year, and I think this is a good move for him to go to TSF this year, because he is a kid that once you get him on that screen and the open look, it's a knockdown.
Ball inside for TSF. Z couldn't get it to go. Blake charging down the floor, tosses it out of bounds. TSF ball, they lead by 6.
You know, I watched the last game, particularly earlier in the game. I'm wondering if this basketball that they're now using here in Georgia has any effect. I think it would. I felt the ball. I didn't like it. I don't see why they're using that basketball. But you see a lot of misplays, mishandling of the basketball on simple plays, and I think the ball has a lot to do with it.
I was wondering, I saw it first be put into use over the summer at the team camps and the NCAA Georgia Top 100 camps that I got to cover. My first reaction looking at it, I don't know if you can quite see it on the cameras, but it looks like a glow-in-the-dark basketball.
Yeah,
I mean, it's brightly colored.
It's not. It doesn't feel good.
Right.
You know, as a former player, and many former players and current players especially, I don't think they've said anything positive about that basketball this summer and of course early season.
I know I've been hearing from coaches that I'm in communication with. They're not a huge fan of the ball change, and yeah, I felt it as well. It's not got the feel that I would want.
Feels like an indoor-outdoor ball.
Yeah, exactly.
Doesn't belong in a high school basketball game.
Now inbounding is Hutchins.
Those free throws by Allen Breeze should free him up. There we go.
Breed off the glass.
Get
Nice
that
play.
stroke going, and yeah, he's a tough player. He was a main reason, obviously, besides Sharif Cooper and Isaac Okoro. He was one of the main reasons why they were able to finish the season undefeated and a state championship last year. Definitely a main cog in the wheel.
Yeah, Breed coming from a 32-0 McEachern team in the 7A state championship in Georgia. Martin to Blake,
Nice
three-pointer.
Nice kick out.
Rebound by Hutchins.
Went in and got that one.
Blake with a steal. Hutchins over to the corner. Breed thought about the three, and he'll be called for the travel before that dunk attempt.
Breed is showing a little extra explosiveness. No, he's a good athlete. That was an explosive move to the basket. Sometimes you just got to do it. Even it wouldn't have counted. Just got to do it, though. Kind of shows kind of where you are.
Oh, he almost got it. Yeah, he took off on that.
Good day.
Foul called there on Blake. He was shadowing Hutchins. I'm sorry, shadowing Malone. The Skill Factory will bring Browning back in. Malone comes off. Browning inside to Sotto, lays it in backwards, tips it back up to himself off the glass, loses possession. Now Breed in transition. Allen Breed with the right hand, great finish high off the window.
Nice. Breed is starting to get into his groove a little bit.
Soto sets a high pick. Inside to Soto, he lays it up. It bounces off the rim and in.
Good pass by Burns, soft touch by the big fella.
Clock expires. That is the end of the first quarter. The Skill Factory has a 2-point lead, 14-12.
You know, sometimes when things aren't going right for you as a player, you get to the free throw line, you kind of get your shot rolling. ever since those 2 free throws, Breed has shown, he's gotten more aggressive attacking the basket, and his play has improved.
Yeah, Breed looking like he's settling in. The Skill Factory down 2 here at the end of the first quarter. Thank you all for tuning in on the SUVtv network.
This SUVtv broadcast of the Georgia Elite 8 Tip-Off Classic is brought to you by Nike, AOT, Slam, and Bleacher Report.
Welcome back into the SUVtv, now IMG. Down 2, defending. The ball is with Browning of the Skill Factory. Well, Horace, your thoughts on the first quarter there?
Well, again, just both teams just trying to feel each other out. I think you have 2, again, quality coaches teams. Early in the season, defense is always better than the offense, and we're seeing that right now in this game, at least early in this game. I see things picking up as the game goes on, though.
The 2 teams getting settled in. Patrick hit the 3 to begin the quarter for TSF. There's Breed with a lay-in. Well, Breed's been on a bit of a run here since about midway through the first quarter.
He's done a good job. His body looks better than it did last year. Probably has added to that explosion that we just saw. And he's playing real comfortable right now as the game is going on. Probably was a little nervous. You come back to your home gym and you want to show that you've improved since you've been away. And sometimes you press a little bit, and it seems like he's calmed down just a little bit, and now his game is starting to just flow.
The Skill Factory banked in their second 3 of the half with How Ma. Straightaway 3. It's inside to Hutchins off the inbound pass. He lays it in and 1.
Basket number 11, Noah Hudson.
It's a tough little kid right there. I mean, he went in there and got a tough rebound amongst the trees, and now he's finishing amongst the trees. Nice.
He was challenged there by How Ma. You see they're a head taller than him. Gets the free throw. 3-point play is completed. Browning, deep 3, off the mark. Rebounded by Blake. Pass a little bit in front of Hutchins there. TSF ball.
That would have been one of the few fast breaks we've seen this game so far.
Page comes in on the opposite side of the floor for IMG. Sotto, a nice pass fake.
Nice.
Spin in the post. Shot wouldn't fall.
Definitely see the tools in that kid.
So that good pass fake. We saw a pump fake on a 3-pointer that led to a dunk early in the game. Seeing some good moves out of him.
Yeah,
sure.
he's got some good tools. 2021 kid. As he works on his body and gets stronger, it looks like he has a good stroke. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he does when he lets it fly from outside the line.
I was going to say, we haven't seen him shoot it much from 3, but he definitely has a nice shot from beyond the arc.
Well, what I like with a kid like that, he's obviously 7'2", got good tools. He's not settling for that.
Mid-range, won't fall. That was from Sotto. There's Martin Jr., nice move, lay in with the left hand.
Basket number 4, Kenyon Martin Jr.
Drive inside, Sotto had his dunk blocked. Foul called, it looks like, on Martin.
Kenyon Martin looked like Pops. Kenyon Martin Jr. looked like Kenyon Martin Sr. in that play.
Let's check it out here.
Kenyon Martin Sr. was very excited on the sideline. Oh, that looked like a clean block, but hey.
I think the referees get him for going over the back of Sotto.
Yeah, he got a little bit of his arm on him. He got a little bit of his arm on him.
I think
Sometimes,
so.
sometimes you got to let some of that stuff go.
Great hustle play from Martin.
No question.
Sotto on his second free throw, he cans it. His team's up 2, 21-19. Mid-range J air balls out of bounds. It's actually kept in bounds. TSF now taking it from left to right. Step back three-pointer. Wouldn't go there for Brown. Martin Jr. had it taken away. There's Martin Jr. with a steal. Now it's out to Breed. He lays it up with the right hand. It wouldn't fall.
That was definitely goaltending. Definitely goaltending on that play. Missed it. Good pass.
Comes inside. Jeffries tried to finish that. We've got a charge called. Offensive foul on Markeith Browning of the Skill Factory. There he ran into Brown Jones.
Smart play. Defender didn't give up on that charge. Stood in there and took it. That's why coaches teach that jump stop, in the lane to prevent that from happening.
There's Brown Jones, who just took that charge on the ball now. Directing traffic. Now Hutchins. Three-point attempt. Won't fall. Sotto working in the low post, turns, spins. They wave off the shot. Offensive foul on Sotto.
Well, again, I love the fact that he's willing to stay on the block. He doesn't have a strong frame, but he's willing to stay on the block, absorb the contact, and try to finish plays. As he gets more acclimated to his team and playing, with Rob Johnson, I think is one of the best coaches, best young coaches in Georgia. You're going to see him improve in that area because Rob does a really, really good job in teaching these kids how to play basketball.
Now Breed at the free throw line.
I saw Sotto use both hands in the warm-ups. He actually has the drop step with the left jump hook he should use as opposed to him trying to turn into his over his left shoulder.
That's one note on Sotto that we do have is a strength for him is being ambidextrous. Left hand, right hand, has a lot in his arsenal in the post.
And I'm sure if Coach Johnson is seeing what I saw or what we're seeing, if he dropped to that baseline, that's available to him. He seems to be forcing it to the middle. Really should be dropping to the baseline on that.
Now the team's coming out of the timeout here. 4 minutes and 21 seconds to go until halftime. We're here at McEachern High School. Their fabulous gym here. Now the Skill Factory will inbound on the left side of your screen. Sotto tried to sling it inside. It's out of bounds.
I like his thought process. Turnover, but I saw what he was looking at.
Yeah, we've seen some crafty plays from Sotto thus far. Blake drives, left hand, and he finishes. Nick Blake there ties us up at 21. It's up to Sotto and the finish.
Nice. Good read by the point guard.
Reverse jam missed by Brown Jones. Pass errant. It's behind Browning. IMG ball.
Except for, I tell you one thing I've noticed in this game, there haven't been many jump shots made. Besides Kenny Burns' jump shot in the corner, think Galloway hit a jump shot in the corner, a three. That might be the only 2 threes in the game. I know we got a couple of shooters out there. You're just not letting them fly right now.
Jeffries down the floor for TSF. Nice move, three-pointer on the way. It won't fall. Now Martin Jr. driving on Sotto. His layup attempt won't go. Out of bounds on the Skill Factory. It'll stay on this side of the floor with IMG.
Yeah. Not sure I saw that. I tell guys when I'm out there playing basketball, if you don't see it, you can't argue it.
Exactly.
I didn't see that.
Hutchins setting it in motion. IMG ball again. Now Hutchins, the 3-star point guard, gives it up to Brown Jones. Deep three, won't go. Browning over to the corner. Shot from Burns, short off the rim. TSF ball. Looks like it was off of Brown Jones.
Yeah, maybe Rob Johnson heard me from across the gym. Got to get some shooters out there on the floor. It'll just loosen up the defense. Both defenses are so good that it's really hard getting to the basket and do it without any encumbrances.
Martin with the left hand.
Good finish.
Jeffries outside, long three from Browning. Brown Jones up to Page. Right-handed reverse goes.
Basket number 31.
Jeffries with 2:12 to go in the first half.
Got Galloway back in the game, knocked down some shots. There you go. Oh,
Sotto, nice spin
like
move.
that.
Couldn't finish, but he was fouled.
Does a really good job at using shot fakes.
Foul number 12. Mikael Brown Jones.
You see Browning
Catch.
sends it into Sotto. Yep.
Big drop.
Sotto.
When he gets stronger, he's going to get his shoulders all the way turned, and that's a dunk.
Sotto gets the first free throw.
And the fact that Sotto's left-handed is also kind of mystifying why he won't turn over that right shoulder to finish that jump hook on the baseline instead of fighting contact in the middle.
Yeah, we talk about the post game that he does have, but at 7'2" here playing on the TSF prep team, there is more to unlock, which is really something interesting to think about. IMG leading 25-24 here, under 2 minutes to go until halftime. Timeout called. We'll take one as well on the SUVtv Basketball Network.
This SUVtv broadcast of the Georgia Elite 8 Tip-Off Classic is brought to you by Nike, AOT, Slam, and Bleacher Report.
IMG inbounding here. Martin Jr. has it ripped away, but a foul called.
I tell you, Martin Jr. is a load when he's headed towards that basket. With his athleticism and his strength, he's going to be an effective slasher at next levels.
For Martin Jr., he was rated as a 3-star, the number 48 power forward in the nation. He was committed to Vanderbilt in the spring of this year, but he'd signed his letter of intent then in June after R.J. Hampton decided to go and not play at Kansas and go play pro ball. That prompted Kenyon Martin to call LaMelo Ball, rethink his decision, and decide to come to IMG instead to work towards his goal of being drafted in 2020 to the NBA.
Interesting set of events there. Always a wait and see. I tell you, as a player, you have to have confidence in what it is that you do, because if you don't, then why be out there? So he's feeling confident in that decision. We'll wait and see how that plays out.
I'm sure a lot of you have heard of his dad, Kenyon Martin, number 1 overall pick in 2000. Had over 9,000 points and 5,000 rebounds in the NBA. I think having a dad like that can help with that decision as well. He said that he knows what his son needs to work on, and they're going to conquer that. Martin hit the shot, but it's an offensive foul called on him.
Offensive foul.
And that's when either one, you pull up or you kicked it out, bring it out, and reset the offense. That was good defense. That was good defense.
Well done by Jeffries taking that charge.
Mm-hmm.
90 seconds dead on until halftime. Browning drives left. Wonderful move, and to finish with the left hand.
Good use of his feet. One of the few times that either team would have been able to get to the basket without somebody stepping up, taking the charge, or making it harder for the offensive player to finish the shot. That was just a really good move.
Blake was fouled on that shot. We'll take another look at it. See, Browning switches onto him defensively, tries to spin. The arms get caught up.
Good offense.
Yeah, 2 free throws here. IMG leads by 1. Sotto now comes in for Browning. Breed comes back out for IMG. Looks like they have brought Z into the game. Chenfei Z from China. TSF has Z from China. They have Jalen Galloway, who I was told has come from Australia. Chen Ho Ma from Taipei, Taiwan. And then Kai Sotto, who played at Sierra Canyon High School, but now is also from Manila in the Philippines.
Yeah, Galloway, as we know, his brother's at UNC Greensboro. His mom was also, I think, an Australian Olympic basketball player as well, if I'm not getting that wrong. I think I'm right, but in case I'm not.
It's great family history.
Yeah, no question. No question. Interesting thing about both of those boys, they've gotten better every year. Galloway at Greensboro has gotten better every year. He was in high school and got better since he's been in college. And I'm seeing the same thing out of his younger brother.
Yeah, exactly. I was told that Galloway's older brother was a bit of a late bloomer.
Mm-hmm.
But Galloway's a little more advanced offensively at this age.
Definitely shoots it better.
Yeah, we've seen an example of that in the first quarter. Galloway hit a corner 3, turn around, and just nailed it.
Yeah, even his misses look good. That's a sign of a good shooter. Your misses look good.
Sotto with the board. The Skill Factory has 50 seconds to work with.
Give it to him. When you see the big fella's chest, you got to give it to him on the block.
Malone outside to Patrick, 3-pointer. Back iron. Galloway, corner 3. Again, but just off this time. Hutchins working on Burns. Blake spins. Hutchins with the rebound. Comes inside on Sotto, and he won't get the bounce. Hutchins. Ball tipped up. They will count the basket for Blake. IMG up 27-26 here at the half. Coach, your thoughts heading into halftime?
Good fight on the glass at the end of the half. Again, the game has been, when you watch the game as a fan, I'm watching the game sitting here, we're calling this game, and we want to see more offense. And we always talk about defense. What we're seeing here is a good defensive battle. We would all like to see some more offense,
right?
But I got to go back to that ball being part of the problem. And, of course, them not being able to make shots right now. Not a lot of jump shots are falling, but the defense has been really good.
And that's a common characteristic I've seen as I've been looking into all of the 16 teams here at McEachern. Most, if not all of them, are very solid defensively. It's why they're invited to be here. It's why they're so good. And now at the half, we've got about a 10-minute pause. We'll rejoin you after that. We thank you all for tuning in to the SUVtv Basketball Network. Alongside Horace Naismith, I'm Luke Winstill.
SUVtv broadcast of the Georgia Elite 8 Tip-Off Classic is brought to you by Nike, AOT, Slam, and Bleacher Report.
Tamara Brown with SUVtv at the CP3 Rising Stars campus.
SUVtv's 2019 NBA Draft Day coverage.
Anthony Edwards Collegiate Decision, presented by the Georgia Hoop Circle on SUVtv.
SUVtv brings the game to the audience.
You give a better focus on the actual game at hand. Sometimes you could tell it's just a running camera by itself sitting there, but with SUVtv, it's more of a personal experience.
Just the exposure, being able to see games that you normally wouldn't be able to see, not only here locally, but across the country.
Those angles make you pick up different things as a coach, as an evaluator. They're giving you great quality, nobody talking in the background. I think it brings basketball to the forefront.
Whether it's a family member was in a different state, they can watch the game, or just bringing in more coverage for these players, or if it just allows us to raise more money for something like Susan G. Komen. And so I think this event has grown because you guys have been a part of it the whole entire time.
SUVtv has given a different light to kids that don't always get the best exposure.
The commentary that goes along with the games, I think is always interesting.
Touchdown.
Oh, yes, sir. It brings something to the table that no other streaming aspect can bring, no matter how hard they try right now.
Game time, Avian Williamson
at the buzzer.
That is how you get the Peachtree Corners Invitational started. And that will do it. Thanks for
Second half of play between IMG and the Skill Factory. IMG leads by 3 here. As we are set to begin the second half, we've got 16 more minutes of basketball to play. What will be the key for each team as we head into the second half?
Well, it's definitely adjustment time for both teams. I think TSF needs to use Sotto more, not just as a scorer. He seems to have a good feel for passing the basketball. I think if they play inside out more, get some more cutters on the perimeter, get open looks instead of contested shots, I think they'll be a lot better. And I think with IMG, they have to get more transition baskets. Because in a half-court set against this long TSF team, they're going to struggle. So I think that's going to be really important for them.
There's an example of how they can struggle. You've got Sotto and you've got Wilmore in the game at the same time down low. It's going to be tough for anybody to get in that lane.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. And they're smart to have both those guys out there, and they're in a 2-3 zone and not playing man-to-man.
Hutchins inbounding to Breed. underway here in the second half. It's turned over. There's that long TSF defense at work, but then Blake recovers it. Blake goes up strong, way off the mark on that attempt.
Had that big fella standing there.
There's a reason.
When you see the big fella standing there, you're going to have to get real creative in trying to finish that shot.
No doubt, IMG will possess again. Martin inbounding to Breed. Breed drives inside, tries to kick it over to Blake. Now TSF running the floor, Browning with a jam.
They're going to have some trouble against this zone. They're going to have to get, whoever the shooter is going to have to be able to get loose in this game and loosen up that zone for IMG.
Foul called on Jeffries. Here's another look. We saw at halftime Browning just going crazy, dunking, getting creative in the halftime break. Well, here is an in-game dunk from Browning. Nice one.
Good athlete.
Left-handed finish.
Yeah, good athlete.
Brown Jones, VCU commit inside, has it blocked away by Sotto. That zone will be
that
tough.
length again.
Out of bounds off of IMG. Will be the Skill Factory's ball. I'm curious with the Skill Factory, do you think Sotto's the type of player you can really build an offense around as the year goes on?
Oh.
Browning tried to put him in on a poster. Foul called.
Try to put him in the rim on that one.
Well, Horace, let's check it out again.
Good read by the big fella. Good cut.
Trying to put Kenyon Martin Jr. on the poster. Martin Jr. commits the foul.
Athlete versus athlete on that play right there.
Browning didn't get the dunk, but he will get a pair of free throws. First won't go.
Both of those boys are obviously good basketball players, both Browning and Martin Jr. But both of those guys, like, they could play a couple other sports as well.
No doubt. Yeah, for Browning, he's noted for being an explosive lefty slasher. You saw that left-handed finish earlier, that left-handed finish attempt there that led to the free throws. He's known for his energy. We've seen quite a bit of that. Breed couldn't get the three to go. Tied at 29. Sotto, nice touch pass over to Wilmore.
I tell you, if IMG can't make jump shots this half, they're going to struggle. They're going to struggle. They're going to have to be able to put somebody out there that can make some shots.
Browning on the outside. Jeffries drives in hard. He's fouled. The shooting foul committed by Brown Jones.
Definitely some contact there, but a bailout as well. Jeffries had no chance of making that shot.
Well, in terms of our scores here, Alan Breed leading the way has 8 points, leading both teams. Multiple players have 7. For IMG, Martin Jr. has 7, and Blake has 7. For the Skill Factory, number 5, Browning has 7 points. Jeffries hits the second free throw. Brown Jones over to Breed. Blake for 3, off the mark. Breed with an interception. Breed inside, crafty
Good
layup
finish.
Goes.
Only way to finish that play against those big kids, you're going to have some creativeness on your finishes. And see, the thing that TSF is doing right now, they're extending the defense because they know that IMG has not made shots, and they do a really good job recovering defensively. And they're putting pressure on IMG to make those shots, make the right plays. And so far, IMG is having somewhat of a hard time doing that.
Here's Markeith Browning. Tried to find Wilmore.
Good idea. Good idea on that pass.
Very nice. Wilmore just couldn't quite handle it. Might have been a little high, but good ball. Saw Alan Breed just score for IMG. He tied it at 31. He's looking to jumpstart the IMG offense in the second half, similar to what he did in the first half. Breed has 10 points, leading everybody. Only player in double figures.
Number 3, Jordan Brown. Number 12.
Jordan Brown into the game for TSF. Kennedy Burns Jr. is also into the game.
Let's see if IMG takes advantage. TSF took out the big fella, one big fella.
Still got an interesting matchup down low between Brown, Jones, and Sotto. It'll be a fun one to keep an eye on. Martin, another steal. Defensively, he's been active thus far. Brown Jones, a pump fake, gets inside, right-handed finish. Nikhil Brown Jones did a lot defensively in the first half, now in the second half, waking up offensively. Sotto, air balls.
See, again, I don't think they're taking advantage of the fact that Sotto could pass the ball. When he got the ball on the block just then, everyone just stood and watched.
Yeah, Sotto's skill set is rare. His ability to pass the ball out of the post, not something you see every day. Especially when you talk about 7'2" bigs.
Absolutely.
Breed drives in hard, has it deflected away, it looked like by Sotto. Brown burns for three, off the mark.
That was a good drive and kick.
Rebounded by Homa, blocked by Brown Jones. I'm sorry, Hauma. It's up for Kenyon Martin Jr., the jam.
Excuse me while I kiss the sky.
Kenyon Martin taking flight. Here's Breed, finds Martin on the backside of the play. How about that finish?
Good pass by Breed. He saw that coming down the court. You want your guards to be able to see plays like that develop, and he saw it and delivered it.
Spectacular. There's Kenyon Martin Jr. hoping to, or with a goal of entering the 2020 NBA draft, is spending time at IMG, working on his skill set. We've seen a good game from him. He's got 9 points. Second leading scorer of anybody that has played here. We've got 4 minutes and 9 seconds to go. We're midway through the third quarter. Has the offense picked up in a way you've expected, or what have you thought?
Well, I think the pace has picked up. I'm not sure if the offense has picked up.
Okay. Yeah. Yep.
The pace has definitely picked up. I see TSF, like I said, trying to extend the defense, trying to force action. Both teams are trying to play faster. The results aren't there yet, but I expect that to change.
Well, IMG leads by 4. As the game picks up in terms of pace, who do you think that favors?
Well, I think it favors IMG.
I would agree.
Okay, where the cutters at? There we go.
Galloway on the left side. Hauma drives and kicks. Galloway, three-pointer. Would have been his second of the game should he have made it. Now Martin Jr. Martin Jr. on the left side. Easy finish with the left.
That was a strong move. I don't think anybody's going to get in the way of that one. He went hard to the basket, finished well.
11 points for him. We've seen some good displays out of him here in the second half. Breed recovers it. Blake, nice dribble, left hand. Now Blake on the left side again. Offensive foul. Nick Blake picks up his second foul.
One thing in watching Martin play, I always tell kids, if you play hard, you'll never play bad. And Kenyon Martin plays with a lot of energy. He's very active, and he's been effective out here today.
Galloway, straight on three goes.
Nice shot. That's what he's out there for. They say he's one of the fastest rising juniors in the state. And that stroke looks like it.
Brown Jones looking for a foul after that air ball. Halma will inbound for TSF, but yeah, on Galloway, he's got a D1 high major projection that I've seen. Justin Young from Hoopsian wrote that quote that you just mentioned, the biggest breakout star in Georgia. That's what he's expecting out of Jalen Galloway and what he's seen from him in 2019. Three-pointer wouldn't go for Halma.
Good D.
Halma gets back and steals it away after his missed shot. Galloway blocks that pass. Breed sends it ahead. Martin Jr. goes up strong. He couldn't finish. Martin Jr. again, he's fouled, and will head to the charity stripe.
Things get a little heated out there right now. Martin think he got fouled on this play.
Looked like he might have gotten hooked on the right arm.
No contact for sure.
So Martin,
but again, he stayed with it. He's staying with it. He's playing hard, and good things are happening.
Now Martin's at the free throw line. He'll have a couple. TSF making a substitution. Halma comes out. Now in is Patrick. DJ Patrick, starting shooting guard, comes back in. Galloway quickly sending it up the floor. Burns, a nice move. Mid-range shot, a little long.
There we go.
Burns again in the corner. Open three. Galloway tips it in with the right hand. That play couldn't be kept in there by Breed.
Galloway's showing that he's a little bit more than just a shooter. Getting in there, getting that offensive rebound.
Galloway does have 7 points now. Out of bounds off of Breed. Now here is Burns inbounding.
Galloway thought about letting that one fly.
He's got long range for sure. It's inside to Z. He tried to turn, a foul called first. Travel, not a foul, but a travel called.
I think he'll take that because that looked close to being an offensive foul. He'll take that travel over that foul.
It's Chinfei Z who traveled. Brown Jones. Kenyon Martin Jr. with another dunk.
There he is again. Staying active, having an impact on this game right now on both ends. I think TSF is going to have to get one of the big fellas back in the game.
Martin Jr. after a little bit of a slow start now has 14 points. Majority of that here in the second half. Galloway for three. Yes, sir.
That was pretty. Not just a good stroke, a quick stroke.
Yeah, it's a nice release from Galloway. Breed called for a push-off. Or no, foul is on DJ Patrick. Happened before Breed pushed. Another look at Martin Jr.'s dunk.
I'll tell you something, one thing sometimes is overlooked is the hockey assistant basketball. That started with Breed's read on the first pass that led to the pass that led to the dunk.
Off the backboard, they were looking for Martin on the backside of the play again.
Good pass.
Martin Jr. couldn't get that dunk. He was close.
I like that. That was a good pass.
Galloway thought about the three. Mid-range J, about 16 feet out. Martin Jr. over to Breed, blocked away by Galloway, but they call him for a foul.
As the pace picks up, I think we talked about it, it favors IMG. Still obviously a tight game, 1 point game, but the pace is starting to pick up. The play is starting to get a little bit better as well.
I want to go back to your point when you were talking about Alan Breed making a lot of good reads. That time, a bit of a role reversal, Martin finding Breed, but for Breed, what we've seen out of him offensively, he's been an efficient scorer, doing well with the ball, but setting up his teammates for plays. He has been really the catalyst of that offense for IMG tonight.
Yeah, he's done a really good job, not over dribbling. You see quite a few times in the first half where he got a rebound or a steal, didn't dribble it, kicked it up right away. And that's what you have to do as a guard. You got to be able to see those things because it gets early looks for your teammates.
He's been making quick decisions too, no hesitation. As soon as he's seeing it, he's finding it. Whenever it's a play offensively. 12 seconds to go in the quarter. Martin Jr. A whistle blows, and we've got a foul called on Patrick again.
DJ Patrick, his third.
That will be Patrick's third foul.
I think that initial strategy they came out with to start the half, TSF, that 2-3 zone, really put pressure on IMG to make shots. As the quarter went on, substitutions came in, that changed, and it's been advantage IMG since then.
IMG brings Jones back in. Jones wearing number 13. IMG now leads by 3. I think any team with a combination of Martin Jr. and Breed is going to be good when the game picks up the pace. I think Blake excels there as well, but yeah, to your point, out of bounds there on Brown. IMG ball, 3.2 seconds to go in the third quarter. Jones inbounding. Martin Jr., 2 seconds to work with. He heaves it up at the last second, gets the bucket. He has 15. IMG leads by 3.
He's got that lefty touch going. Left-handers seem to make shots like that, and Kenyon Martin definitely delivered on that one.
Correction, he's got 17 points now after that made shot. How about that? Contest from Wilmore. Makes it anyway.
Yeah, right over the Wilmore. What is Wilmore? About 6'10", 6'11", 7 feet?
Right about there.
That was a tough shot.
Now we are through 3 quarters. We'll rejoin you for the 4th in just a minute. We thank you all for tuning in on the SUVtv Basketball Network. Alongside Horace and A. Smith, I'm Luke Winslow.
This SUVtv broadcast of the Georgia Elite 8 Tip-Off Classic is brought to you by Nike, AOT, Slam, and Bleacher Report.
We rejoin you here on the SUVtv Basketball Network. Jalen Galloway setting things in motion for TSF. They trail by 5. Patrick finding Sotto. Turns inside, just short on that shot.
Did a good job high-low there, getting him the basketball down in the paint. Sotto's going to have to finish that. They need him to be effective this quarter in order to win this game.
Sotto missing another shot there.
Foul on number 11.
Foul called
Noah Hudson.
on Hudson. Or Hutchins, I should say, of IMG. It's into Sotto. Sotto working in the low post, turns. Nice shot outside, but it clings off the rim, no good.
Good looking shot.
They've just gotten a little unlucky on that.
I think Sotto's having a hard time kind of playing through that contact that he's getting.
Martin Jr. with the left hand, another finish. He's got 19.
Yeah, he's really turned up in the second half. Big reason why they're up right now. A lot of standing around right now by TSF. Good pass.
Sotto with a jam.
Kai Sotto.
Shot from Martin Jr.
Good pass.
Galloway for three. Short. Blake running the floor. On the left side, he lays it in.
Number 24.
Well, that's Exhibit A.
That was an aggressive play right there. Exhibit A. I mean, the pace is picking up.
Exactly. I'm just going to say it's exactly what you're looking for when you talk about the pace for IMG. That is why. Right here, you see Blake inside, weaving through the defense. He lays it in. That's why the pace favors IMG. They have several players like that make those types of plays in transition.
You know, you got him, you got Martin, you got Bree. They could all make those plays in transition.
Another look here at Martin Jr.'s dunk. We've seen a lot from him in the second half. He's fueled IMG, scoring a high percentage, over 30% of their points here. He's been a very high volume player for them. We talked about his story, how he's not going to play college ball this year. He's going to be at Vanderbilt, but now pursuing training, playing in these games here with IMG. It's just a very interesting movement here. You have players that, you know, at first you had your players going through college to the NBA. Now you've got the one and dones. Now you've got a wave of players, and Martin Jr. is one of them, along with RJ Hampton, LaMelo Ball. They're deciding to just not play in college at all and take a different route. We'll see how it pays off for Martin, but he's looked really good here.
Well, you know, it'll all kind of show itself with those players that are currently doing that, with the Balls of the world, how it pans out for them in another year or two. If it shows well for them, you'll see more.
Right.
You know?
If it doesn't, then maybe it's just an experiment that didn't work, but I think it is a really interesting one to take a look at. Jeffries has it blocked away by Martin Jr. There he is defensively. We've seen a few steals from him. He's been a two-way contributor today.
Yeah, he plays well on both sides of the ball, and he can guard multiple players. We've seen him guard Sotto. We've seen him guard the point guard. We've seen him guard various positions. He's got the size and the strength to do that, and the willingness, which is also important.
We've seen him block Sotto as well, but not officially a block because of the foul. There's Browning there making that shot for TSF. Nice play by Brown Jones, foul called. It's on Sotto.
Only way to attack a big fella is attack his chest. Got to take away his space. Give him an opportunity to extend, and you put yourself in trouble.
Brown Jones has been very impressive to me, standing at 6'8". He's long and athletic. Started off, got settled in, playing good defense. Now offensively, he's got 4 points. He's made a couple of nice plays.
I noticed with him, particularly early in the game, he probably took about 3 or 4 jump shots. He must be able to make that shot in order for him to be taking it, but it just wasn't on today.
Yeah, to your point, early on we saw the 14 to 16-foot range from him. Drive from Jeffries off the window, and it will fall.
That's the second tough drive and finish that we've seen out of him in the last minute of this game.
Brown Jones working on Sotto again. Sotto with the board after the missed shot.
Good job by Sotto hanging in there and bothering that shot. Good job by, who was that, Browning?
Brown Jones.
Brown Jones taking it right to him. Good shot fake.
Sotto lost it. Here we go, Brown Jones flushes. Brown Jones brings it home, IMG up 6. Good breakaway, 2 easy points for IMG. Patrick, three-pointer off the mark.
They need a timeout after this if IMG scores again.
IMG in their half-court offense now. About halfway through the fourth quarter. It's been a lower scoring game. Been a great display of defense between these two teams. Blake working on Galloway. Nice move.
Nice
Left-handed layup. Will we get the timeout? Doesn't look like it, no. The Skill Factory playing on.
Critical possession.
Drive from Jeffries, puts it up. Sotto flushes. Now we've got a foul called. It's a dunk and one for Sotto.
Critical possession right there.
Helps TSF cut into that deficit. Now they're down 6. Sotto has a chance to make it 5. That dunk foul called on Blake. Three-point play for Sotto. 5-point game. Reed doubled in the corner. Martin Jr. goes up strong on Sotto.
Oh, very strong move.
Say, had bad intentions there going on Sotto. Browning, nice move off the backboard. He didn't finish it. Now Blake behind the back. He's fouled on the shot.
Wow, you know, sometimes you see some replays. He didn't make that shot. Kenyon Martin didn't make that shot. Kenyon Martin Jr. didn't make that shot, but the look of that that's an exciting play. I've seen exciting blocks. In order for him to go up there, take that contact, and finish the shot, then finish the play, finish the shot against a 7-footer was impressive.
First free throw off for Blake. TSF makes a pair of substitutions. They bring in Hal Ma, Galloway, and
small
Malone.
ball here. We're going small ball here. TSF is.
It's not something that we've really seen much this game, if at all.
Advantage IMG.
Malone. Galloway for 3. He got it to go.
Oh, that was pretty.
So smooth.
Yes. Effortless stroke.
Catch and release. Martin Jr. dishes off to Blake for 2.
Good drop. Where I thought TSF was going to call timeout, IMG took one.
Well, Nick Blake has 14 points, one of 3 IMG players in double figures. The others, Allen Breed with 11, Kenyon Martin 19, Blake with 14. That big 3 has propelled them forward, and I think we see that big 3 scoring in such a high volume, especially in the second half.
Right.
Because of the type of game that we've had, it plays to their strengths.
It does.
Getting some replays here from the past couple of minutes. Jeffries there up to Sotto. Here's your dunk and one. A replay here.
I want to see that Kenyon Martin replay.
I agree.
I want to see the missed shot replay.
Not something you say too often.
Yeah, you don't really say that often at all.
I feel like sitting here courtside, the look on Martin's face, he was looking for a poster on that.
Yeah, he was.
No doubt. Jeffries blocked by Martin. We've had some fantastic highlight reel type plays here. Georgia's Elite 8 Tip-Off Classic. It's our 1 o'clock game between these two teams, IMG and the Skill Factory. The Skill Factory trails by 5. They have the ball. They've got 2 minutes and 50 seconds to work with in the entire game. Sotto, they wave off the shot.
Foul number 12.
Got a foul on Brown Jones.
Brown Jones. To the line.
Now that sends Sotto to the line. We are beginning the 1-and-1 here. In terms of team fouls, 9 on TSF, 7 on IMG. Both teams are in the bonus. Patrick is at the table for TSF. Well, we saw a small ball from TSF, but not for long.
Not for long.
In that brief time period, we did see Galloway hit a 3. But now Sotto's right back in.
I think they're getting ready to pull Sotto out after he makes his free throw.
And that's what I was wondering. Yeah, they had Patrick wait until the second free throw, taking off the shooter. Patrick comes in. Now it's a little bit of a smaller look again, right?
Extending their defense a little bit.
Now we're getting some pressure from TSF down
Trying
3.
to force a turnover.
It's big from Sotto making both of those free throws. Keeps his team competitive here within 1 possession. Blake on the left block. Has it blocked.
Good help. See if we can get Galloway a shot.
The drive and the kick. Malone for 3. Off the mark.
That's what I don't understand sometimes as players. Why would you not give Galloway that shot after he hit his last shot?
Patrick off on the 3. Rebounded by Browning. Now Malone drives and kicks. 3-pointer from Browning. Way long. Martin Jr. running the floor. Nice spin move. Off the backboard. There's Martin Jr. with his own rebound. They wave off that shot. We're going to have a foul called and move into...
I'm disappointed in TSF. The last 3 shots they've taken, the best shooter, they've taken 3 jump shots and the best shooter has not touched the ball. You're down 3, you got to find him. He's got to be the one that you find to take that shot.
Yeah, if you're looking for a 3-pointer, there's no better option than Jalen Galloway. And we've seen that for TSF throughout the game.
And you got Kenny Burns, he to take the shot.
Exactly.
You got your 2 best shooters on the floor, and neither one of them shot the ball.
Into the game for TSF, number 3, Jordan Brown.
Now Jordan Brown in for TSF. He takes off Malone. Finding Galloway will be key for TSF. They've got a nice inside-outside duo. Sotto inside, Galloway outside. No reason they shouldn't be able to get some points here offensively, down 4 now.
Yeah.
It's a good duo, those two, and they'll likely be together another year should they both decide to stay at TSF. Jeffries drives, has it stripped away. We've got free throws here for Kobe Jeffries, point guard. Foul called on Blake.
He's made some good plays during the last portion of this game. Good way to get back into the game. Score when the clock is stopped. Missed free throw, though.
We had thought that it was a 1-and-1, but the referee here saying it's a 2-shot foul.
I think he was right. 2-shot foul. He got fouled going to the basket.
Yeah, got stripped on the way up, as we just saw in that replay. That strip wasn't clean. Because of that, again, it's a 2-shot foul. Jeffries was off on the first. The second won't go either. That's big for TSF. They could have brought it within 3. Under 90 seconds to play.
Try to draw Sotto out a little bit. Ooh.
They're looking for Breed inside. He had a matchup with Brown of TSF. It's out of bounds, and now Jeffries will inbound for the Skill Factory.
Timeout on the floor, TSF.
Timeout called by TSF. They're down 5.
Would love to see some misdirection or something right now from TSF to get this 3-point shot they're probably looking for out of the timeout. Either Galloway or Burns taking that shot. We saw Jeffries, with that Jeffries just shot the free throws. He missed both free throws.
Yes.
He was one of the players that took a 3 when Galloway should have got the ball and taken that shot. Or, like I said, Burns. You got to know your personnel, and you got to know when it's winning time, don't try to prove something that you can't do.
I was going to ask you for TSF, what are you drawing up? But you told us you're looking for that 3-pointer. What's your recipe for success for them here in the next 75 seconds after that play where they would get a three? What are you looking for?
Stops, one shot for IMG every time down the floor, and they got to execute on offense.
These teams about to come out of the 30-second timeout. In terms of fouls, just a quick note, IMG is in the double bonus, so if we ever get into a fouling situation, it will be 2 automatic free throws for IMG. Makes it a little tougher on TSF when it comes to fouling. And a quick note, Martin Jr., who's guarding Sotto right now, has 21 points in this ball game. It's a great start to him, for him, at his career at IMG. Browning inside, left-handed layup will fall.
Quick basket. That's another way to climb in. Now they need to stop.
Breed gets it across midcourt. Now we've got two free throws coming for Allen Breed.
And now on the flip side, IMG's got to make free throws. Make free throws, their win. They're on their way back to Florida, back to Bradenton.
Now Breed 15 feet away. If he can make them both, it would be a 5-point advantage for his team. Make things obviously a lot tougher on the Skill Factory. First is good. It's a 2-possession game.
Doesn't look like he's going to miss. All net.
Breed now has 13 points on the afternoon.
He's played a good all-around game.
Browning racing down the floor. Burns drives inside. Sotto with a jam.
Sotto with the slam. Timeout.
Now it's a 3-point game again. That was a quick offensive possession, scoring in under or right around 10 seconds for TSF.
Good follow on the play by Sotto, but created by a nice drive by Kenny Burns. Defense collapse, came over to help. And Sotto was able to get that offensive rebound put back.
You see Sotto with that move right at the top of the key, got Brown Jones a little on his heels, drove left. As you said, it's a great play. Sotto finishing. We've stopped the clock with 44.2 seconds to go when that timeout was called. Should we expect
still a one-possession game? I would still have to go for a steal, foul. Can't kill much time.
I was going to ask you, do you go for the foul here? All right.
Keep putting that pressure on them to make free throws. Those last 2 free throws by Breed, he wouldn't be the one I'd want to put on the free throw line. That ball didn't touch the rim.
Hutchins for IMG.
That's the foul right there. The foul. There you go.
Now Brown Jones fouled. He will head to the line.
Foul number 10. Jamie Galloway.
Brown Jones, one of several players for IMG, is either committed or has a bevy of offers to choose from.
More times than not in a foul situation, the offensive team has their best free throw shooters handling the ball.
First free
It
throw,
worked
no
out
good.
so well right there. Good foul by TSF.
Sotto back in for the Skill Factory. Delivers a message and switches places with Browning down low. This free throw is huge here. Second free throw goes, 4-point game. .4 seconds left. Browning. Galloway inside to Sotto. Sotto has it ripped away, no foul called.
It was good defense. Sotto made a mistake of bringing the ball low.
Brown Jones barely kept it in bounds. 20 seconds left, and he's fouled from behind by Brown.
Yeah, Sotto made a mistake of putting that ball down below his waist, right to where the defender was. That was just good defense.
Brown Jr.
Now Brown Jones, VCU commit, heading to the free throw line again. He was 1 of 2 just a moment ago. He was on his most recent trip to the stripe. First free throw goes this time.
Entering the game for TSF, number 1.
The Skill Factory brings in Kobe Jeffries. Brown Jones is a 3-star from Philadelphia. Both free throws made, timeout called by IMG. They lead by 6. We thank you all for tuning in on the SUVtv Basketball Network. We'll rejoin you shortly for the final 19 seconds of the game.
This SUVtv broadcast of the Georgia Elite 8 Tip-Off Classic is brought to you by Nike, AOT, Slam, and Bleacher Report.
Inbounded for TSF. They're down by 6 here. Browning inside. Finger roll will go.
The basket.
10 seconds left. IMG taking their time inbounding here. Down to 5 seconds left.
Referees didn't hear TSF calling timeout.
I'll let a few seconds run off the clock there. There's 5.6 to go. It's still a 4-point game. It's 2 possessions. While the referee is communicating, they might add some time back. 5.6 seconds currently remaining on the clock here as we're in the timeout.
I really think they should went for that 3 as opposed to the 2 on that last play. Because now it's still a 2-possession game with 10 seconds to go.
Exactly.
I don't think they've utilized the 2 shooters on the floor the last 3 minutes of this game.
Well, after that appeal at the scorer's table from TSF that we were keeping an eye on during that timeout, we've now had about 5.5 seconds or 4.5 seconds added onto the clock. 10 seconds remain in the game. Will be tough for any TSF comeback, but it all starts right here with their press. Foul called immediately. They're going to charge Burns.
Kenny Burns Jr.
Kenny Burns Jr.
Allen Breed.
Now Allen Breed will go to the free throw line. That's not necessarily a good sign for TSF.
No, not at all. This should seal their fate right here.
Breed has 13 points. 14 now. He's a Providence commit, class of 2020 player. 6'3" guard. As you mentioned at the top of our broadcast, won a state championship at McEachern. Played alongside Sharif Cooper, who's playing with his McEachern team here in the final game of the Tip-Off Classic. Layup there made by Jeffries of the Skill Factory. The clock expires. That does it for this game here between the Skill Factory and IMG.
Chalk that victory up to the play of Kenyon Martin, Allen Breed. Both of those guys played really well Kenyon Martin really stepped it up. Kenyon Martin Jr. really stepped it up in the second half, and he was a big difference in the game. Big difference.
Now the two teams shaking hands on the far side of the floor. Now we've got Campbell High School and Mill Creek High School here, or Meadow Creek High School, I should say, playing in the next matchup here. We'll rejoin you for that shortly on the SUVtv Basketball Network. Thank you all for tuning in. Alongside Horace Naismith, I'm Luke Winston.